Good evening, my front wheel skids, Tottenham Hotspur. Coys, come on you Spurs. White Lane, pre-season, the games. A little chat what I'm putting on my mosquito cream. Could have went out to the bar tonight, but I got unusually high blood pressure. I wonder why. Watched the pre-season games today, and there's a lot of people who don't understand them. But let's talk first about why the working class can't afford to go to Tottenham anymore. Ticket prices costing 60 to 80 quid for bottom tier games. That's the shittier teams in the Premiership for people like you and me to understand in layman's terms. And top tier games like Arsenal, Chelsea's, Man United's, and Liverpool's costing up to 100 quid. Factor in the cost of living in London and the surrounding areas, the home counties. Factor in getting to the game. What does that cost you now? Jesus, if you got a train from where I live to London, I think it cost you about 26 quid on a Saturday. Factor in, they don't subsidise tickets. There's no loyalty scheme. There's no heritage discount for fans that have been fan club members for ages. And it's about global branding as well, throw into it. So you don't really care about working class locals no more. That's just the way it is in football now. Everything's cash. Everything's to do with business. Like Lou says in his show, we're just one global entertainment complex. And that's what it is. So if you add up the ticket prices, let's take the high end, 100 quid for one man. Then factor in a couple of pints of beer. What's that, 7 quid a splash, 8 quid a splash. A munch, 10 to 15 pound. Get in there. You're talking, times that by 4, especially if you've got a wife and 2 kids who want to go to football as well. Having a yid wife and 2 yid kids. You're talking, it's not just a day out, it's a luxury. It's a luxury day out for 4 of you to go to football. I see on a forum the other day, some bloke said his dad used to take him football every week, and now he can't even take his son football 4 times a season. And that's sad. And that proper sad. I wanted to talk about pre-season as well. I watched the watch along today, just because I couldn't get none of the games up. I have watched the games now. I watched the watch along. I see people commenting in the watch along. I've seen people commenting on YouTube videos. Done a bit of research, and I don't think they actually understand pre-season. People are making their own personal decisions about the team in pre-season. Obviously, they've never played football or never understood pre-season, because pre-season is about you're just coming back with holiday, you're just building up your football stamina. You're going to be slow. The manager wants to try new things out. He wants to see fringe players. He wants to just see everything working. He's probably stepped into a new club, obviously, and he wants to get the grips of it all, especially before the PSG game. But the players ain't going to play top spot in a pre-season friendly. They're going to save themselves. They don't want to get hurt, even when they play the likes of Arsenal, Bayern Munich. They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to rinse themselves. So when the start of the season comes, they're totally like 5 games down, and at the same time as that, being an athlete, a footballer like that, timing is a key, and getting to their peak at a certain time. So they don't want to peak before the season. They want to peak during the season. You're not going to get players knocking goals in left, right and centre in pre-season games. You might want to see that against the likes of Reading and Wickham and Luton, but that just ain't going to happen. He wants to see how the set pieces, how he's working things out. He's going to put players in different positions. So if you understand a bit about pre-season, if you don't understand it and you're new to football, or you've just picked up football in the last 10 years or so, and you're under this illusion that the pre-season we should be absolutely brilliant, well, no, it don't work like that in a football game. In fact, if you'd have watched a lot of players play pre-season, and then watch them during the season, it's like 2 different footballers, just for a lot of factors. A few of them I've mentioned. Also, I've seen a lot of people having a pop at Sonny. Now, I said we should have sold him 2 years ago, but I'm going to stick up for the lad here in pre-season. He's not going to play his best, especially being an older footballer. He wants a peak at a certain time. And there was a lot of comments about Sonny in a lot of the channels, and Richarlison. You ain't going to judge a player in pre-season no matter what. I've seen a lot of content creators judging players in pre-season. I'd send him out on loan, and all that, and stuff like that. I think you're wrong. I think you're all completely wrong there, from the subscribers chat that I've seen in other content to the content creators. Totally wrong. What else did I want to chat about as well today? Hold on. That was it. I had to get a fag. And transfer market. Everyone's having a moan about the transfer market without realising. And they're saying, but Liverpool spent this much, Chelsea spent this much. Their revenue income far exceeds that. And we've got a £1.6 billion stadium to pay off. We are in debt up to our eyeballs at the minute. I don't think people realise how much 1.6 billion is. It's like 1,000 millions is a billion. So that's 1,600 millions is a 1.6 billion. Take that into consideration, and our revenue and our wage bill and all the other bits that's got to go out of it. Paying the staff at the stadium, paying the coaches, paying the medical team, transport and everything like that. We're not like a top tier club like Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United. We can't pay that amount for players at the minute. No matter what anyone says, because you see so many people having a pub. Well, we might be a big club in the name, and us fans but we're not in revenue status. And at the same time as that, some big clubs know what they're doing a year before they've done it, and they've spoke to players a year before. They spoke to clubs a year before. So with revenue, if we make £500 million in a year, I don't mean we can spend all that, because we've got debts to pay, and as I said, you've got all the other bits to pay off before we can start making moves on players. This is why you see Daniel Levy so shrewd, because he wants to pay things off, obviously. He wants to make a bit of money as well. When you got other players, other content creators telling you, yeah, but Liverpool's done this, Chelsea's done that. They've not paying for their stadiums, bruv. Like we are paying for our stadiums, like we're outlaying a lot. How else can I explain it to you? I think it's to do with the 1.6 billion. As I said, a lot of people don't appreciate the fact that it's 1,600 times millions. It's easy to say million, billion. It's easier to pay back the millions than it is a billion. Simple as that. And at the same time, we've had to pay managers off throughout that time. It's the managers who are laughing. Payday is a payday for them, because you can't stagger their payments on the payoff. Look at Ange, 10 million comes out of revenue. You know, that's someone's wages for a season and a half, 2 seasons. Could be 3 players' wages, the way Daniel pays for 2 seasons. And plus the wages are going up. So you've got to keep in this little thing what they've done there, in this FA policy of price capping. And we can't do this because you can't do that, and you can't do that. You've got to keep in this fair policy shit. That's one of the reasons as well. Keeping in that is like the golden thing for football clubs. This is why the Chelseas can pay out so much, and the Liverpools. Plus pulling power. Man, you have still got pulling power, even though they're a shit club. They've got pulling power. No one appreciates that fact. I know they've been dogs bollocks like we have, but they've got pulling power. Liverpool, maximum pulling power. League winners, fighting on all fronts. It's more pulling power than we've got. We've just got the mouth at the minute. But I do appreciate what fans are saying about it. Daniel Levy should have shut his mouth about fighting on all fronts. There was a comment, I think it was in my video, one of the subscribers said, we've never been, no, we're just a cup team. Well, for 24 years we hadn't been a cup team until this year. Maybe he's got the right idea to fight on all fronts. Let's give Thomas Frank a chance, and not just judge him on pre-season. Get behind the manager until we actually all see and we all agree that he's a mid-table manager, because he might step up. You never know, do you? He might step up. Daniel Levy might have a change of heart and he might even subsidise tickets and give fan club members, heritage fan club members who's been a fan club member for 20 years, he might give them 20% discount. You never know, but I doubt it. Tottenham had a loyal following from working class, and it's a shame that he hasn't subsidised tickets or brought in a loyalty scheme. It's a shame a lot of the clubs ain't subsidised tickets and brought in a loyalty scheme, because that would have helped a lot of working class stay with the club, wouldn't it? I'm sure the stadium would have been a lot more rocking if you had all the old shelf yids there and stuff like that. But oh well, that's the evolution of football, isn't it? Anyway, have a good day. Take care. Come on, you Spurs. And don't forget, it's only pre-season. And baked potato.